He was 11 for 20, 209 yards, one touchdown, and one interception. And Shedeur Mania has officially begun, considering the fact that now he's playing. And I got to give the man credit. He was pretty awful against Baltimore, but I said that with him getting first team reps all week, he would be better against the Raiders, and the Raiders are complete and absolute utter garbage. But nonetheless, whatever. It's technically kind of sort of his first game starting, so got to give him credit for that. And even though he didn't throw the ball a lot, and it was obvious that Stefanski didn't want to overload him, usually quarterbacks, first year quarterbacks, like the coach tries to help him out with the running game, but Cleveland did not have anything going really in the running game. Judkins was 16 carries for 47 yards, got a couple rushing touchdowns. Dylan Sampson was 7 rushes for 27 yards. And when you're not running the ball that well, that just puts more onus on the quarterback. And I think Shedeur did a good job in that regard. I thought he moved around really well, and he's going to need to do that because Cleveland's offensive line isn't that great. He got the ball out in like 2.5 seconds. And the biggest knock from him coming out of Colorado was that he holds onto the ball way too long, and he probably still needs to get that out of his system. But he really did a good job against the Raiders, where he got the ball out quick and he was making quick decisions. And if something wasn't there, he would try to go on the move and try and find somebody. Glad that he's going to get another start. He's clearly deserves it. I don't know why Stefanski is like so reticent on Shedeur. I mean, I think Shedeur fans have been a little bit crazy with the conspiracy theories and whatnot, but it just does not seem like Kevin Stefanski is not that in on Shedeur. He didn't even give the guy the game ball. He's been reticent to name him the starter, even though he has been named the starter for next week. And I gotta say, with Shedeur, the offense looked way better with him than it did with Dylan Gabriel, which is a little bit weird. I mean, Dylan Gabriel has played a couple bad teams also, and the offense did not look like this with him. So I think you just got to ride the hot hand with Shedeur. And if you don't, the locker room is going to be pretty pissed off, as they should be, because they need some type of juice, and it looks like Shedeur is going to be able to give them that juice for sure. But I want to talk about the Raiders. They fired Chip Kelly after another display of bad offensive performance, and with Carroll, I'm done blaming the OCs. I just don't think he can do anything right. I mean, in Seattle, he would fire OC after OC, and the offense would never look right. And at a certain point, I just have to blame the head coach when either side of the ball isn't doing well. The Raiders are the worst coach team in the league. It's either Carroll or Aaron Glenn. It's between one of those two. You can have your pick. The Raiders' offense is 25th in the league, and their defense is 30th, and it's just bad all around. And I was thinking about this, about whether or not the Raiders should keep Pete Carroll for another year, because if they do fire him, it would be three head coaches fired in 3 years. But I think at this point, they just got to cut their losses and just let him go. He's just not a good coach anymore. I just saw it towards the end of his tenure in Seattle. He just could never get the defense right. Can never get the offensive line right. I know people will say, oh, well, Russ took a lot of sacks because he couldn't see the field well at times because of his short height. Sure, but the offensive line was still not good at all. And it just seemed like his cultures could not connect with his player when it came to on the field performance. And Russ gets a lot of flack, and he does deserve a lot of flack. But the fact of the matter is, Pete got outcoached by Shanahan, McVay once Russ left, and he could not beat them to save his life. When you hired Pete, the thought process is like, oh, he'll be able to get the trains on the track, and you'll be at least a halfway decent team. But they're not even that. They're way worse off with Pete than they were with Antonio Pierce. I'm not sure that the Raiders are going to be able to get to 4 wins. He's been such a huge downgrade. It's crazy. And I feel bad for Antonio Pierce, because I thought, concerning the fact that he didn't get his roster that he wanted, he didn't get the quarterback that he wanted, him getting 4 wins out of that team, I thought was pretty impressive, and I thought it was unfair that they fired him. But Pete got his quarterback. He got his general manager. He got his running back, which he loves, and he still hasn't been able to do jack. But I just think they have to cut their losses, the Raiders. You just can't keep a coach just because you keep firing the other ones. I think you just got to cut your losses and see what other head coaches are out there in the market and just hope that you get this one right. Plus, Pete Carroll is only on a 3-year deal, so you can afford to like cut losses with him. If it was like a 5-year deal, I would be more understanding and wanting to keep him, but he's not, so you can afford to just like pay him out for the rest of the couple years